I'm telling you because when I got past the closet, there was a shadow person attacking my wife.
No, get out. You're not invited.
This is extra creepy, and everyone will see why later. I had no idea.
Now.
I've never read this. I had no idea this was in here.
Clint!
I lost my spot. Oh my god. My brain hurts.
I can't.
This is so creepy.
Now.
I'm
Tell
so sorry. I
next.
can't. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi, creepy people.
Hello.
This is my brain broke. Hold on. Did we say hello?
Hello.
Did we do that? Did we say hi, creepy people?
Yeah, we did.
My brain literally just broke.
Yeah,
okay.
It just broke. It for sure broke.
I fixed it.
She's sober. It's fine.
I'm back. And if you're here and you're new to our creepy corner of the world, this is PNW Haunts and Homicides, where we chat about true crime, the paranormal, and all things spooky in the Pacific Northwest and sometimes other places.
Also there.
Yeah.
And there, and then sometimes there, and you get the idea. Anyways, we also do a tarot reading at the end of every episode. Because we like it. We like it. And we feel like it gives us insight into our topic. And we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, it really does. And also, Caitlin has a sign behind her that says tarot. And like, we don't want to be liars. So yeah, kind of have to.
You have a sign behind you that says spooky.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be a liar about that.
So it's always spooky.
It's very spooky.
Well, we actually have a Patreon, if you didn't know.
What?
And we have people that join, and there's different tiers, and there's free trials.
Oh, the free trials.
And sometimes people join the free trial, and then they actually sign up.
And they're like, I don't want to cancel this.
And they actually want to like give us, you know, a little change, a little money to help us along in our little passion project business. I like how I say passion project. Actually, it's a business.
I mean, two things can be true. I feel like
true.
I've said that 1,800 times
today.
I
feel like me and the rest of the world, we're all just learning this, you know? We're getting used to this fact.
Yeah, I feel like it takes a minute to wrap your head around it.
Well, you know what else is true?
What?
We have a new Patreon at the $10 tier. That is the Never Bundy tier.
It is.
Thankfully, people agree with us.
Never Bundy.
Chris. Not Caitlin's Chris.
We have multiple Chris's.
We do have multiple Chris's in the creepy world.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
It's almost like it's like a really good name.
Yeah. Like almost, I would say one of the best names.
It's up there. It starts with a C historically. That's right. So I do feel like there's that.
That's right. If your name starts with a C, you got good things going for you. You're probably pretty cool, pretty confident, pretty
courteous,
classy, Christmassy. Like that literally has Chris in it. So there you go.
There you go.
Christmassy Chris.
Christmassy Chris.
Sorry if you don't celebrate Christmas. I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
Like the depth is so shallow.
All of a sudden it's like someone has canceled their Patreon membership.
Oh, no. This isn't live streaming.
No. He just felt it. He's like, oh, you made a Christmas joke. Oh.
It's the war on Christmas. You know, that's the #1 threat to this country.
Hilarious. You made that accent. Hilarious. It fits more than you ever know into this episode.
Oh, no. I don't know how to feel about that.
Because this is a Creepy People Chronicles episode.
Ooh.
So we read stories from our listeners. and occasionally listen to stories from our listeners. And yeah, we'll get there. Okay, well, that's enough of that. Let's start.
All right.
I actually want to start with a little story. It was something cute that happened at my great grandma Ruby's memorial service.
Oh, her name was Ruby.
Yes, her name was Ruby.
Cassie, I don't think you told me that. And
isn't it the sweetest? What? Are you gonna cry? I made you cry already. I'm so sorry.
That was the name of my first pet.
Oh,
Ruby. And I cried and cried and cried. Cried when my goldfish. She was goldfish. I'm so sorry.
When my goldfish.
But I had a very emotional connection with that goldfish.
Well, maybe this is her coming back to say blub blub.
Blub blub. Yeah. I know where she's buried.
No.
I can go find her.
Oh, she's probably not there anymore. Sorry. Sorry, child Caitlin.
Well, I mean, I don't expect the entire goldfish to be there. But you know what? We're getting
just
lost.
the teeny tiny bones.
Yeah.
The goldfish. So yes, my great grandma's name was Ruby, and that's my birthstone too. So I always felt like, oh, we're cool because we have this little Ruby connection.
Yeah.
So anyway, she did pass recently, and she was 96 or 97. Should I look it up? Fuck, I thought I wrote it down.
Just say in her 90s. I mean, if you're in your 90s, you don't care about how old you are in the same way that a 6-year-old is like, I'm 6 1/4.
It's actually kind of funny because on one of her birthdays, she swore to everyone that she was a year older. And she's
really?
They were like, but you were born this year and it's this year. And the math, and she's like, I don't know how it works out, but this is how old I am. She was so stubborn and spicy. Okay, so she was born in 27. So she was 97. Okay, I have to make a correction. I was using the year 2024 and not the year 2023 when I did my math. She was 96 because she had passed in 2023. But funny because I did say that she was arguing that she was a year older than she actually was. So you know what? I got you, great grandma Ruby. I'm on your side. I know how old you are. And I did forget to mention that she was born on St. Patrick's Day. And at her memorial service, we got little shamrock pins in honor of her because she loved St. Patrick's Day, everything Irish, because she was born on that day. And so I did put the little pin on our altar today. So if you see the little shamrock pin, that is in honor of my great grandma Ruby. So yes,
gosh.
It's crazy that I had a great grandma my whole life. I always thought everyone was like, great grandma. And I was like, yeah. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
She had a lot of stories. Oh my gosh.
I can
a lot
only
of stories.
imagine.
She was very spicy. She was very well known in her nursing home. I'll just put it that way. So at her memorial, they were up there, talking, and we were at a very beautiful cemetery. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. So the service was in a brick enclosure, but we were outside. And then behind the speaker, there was a window. I don't think did it have glass? No, it had to have. I think it had glass. There was a window, so you could see trees and nature and shit behind.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was staring out at the trees, and then I saw this giant ass fucking bird land on a branch, and it did this whole dramatic thing. And I'm looking around. I was like, does anyone else see that? I don't know if anyone else saw it. But
what kind of a bird?
At first I was like, is that an owl? Because it was kind of far away.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure. I was like, is that an owl? And then it took off again. And so I saw its giant wings, and underneath had white underneath.
Oh.
So I was like, I don't know if it was a hawk. It could have been a hawk. Those are super common.
Yeah.
Around. I didn't get a good look at the shape of the way it had landed. It was backwards. So I didn't really get a good look at the shape.
A look at it from kind of the back.
I think it was a hawk just from seeing so many. And I think they have white under their wings. I think I went and looked it up.
Okay.
Big ass bird either way. I don't think it was an eagle. No, I would have known by the head if it was
They're
an eagle.
huge.
Yeah, and they're really
Eagles
big.
are also
It was a
huge.
really big bird.
Yeah, no, hawks are. I was gonna say I didn't disagree with you. I'm not super familiar with a ton of different birds, but yeah, the way you're describing it, that sounds like a hawk to me. And to look at like different images of different breeds, I guess, of hawks, like I would say, yeah, that's a fair guess.
They're more common to see than an owl, too. And it would be probably weird for an owl to be flying around at like noon. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But it was really cool. And so I was just kept looking out there like, did I really see that? Like it's in the middle of this memorial service. I see this giant ass bird like doing shenanigans in the tree. And I don't know, it was interesting. And then I remembered I had just heard on a podcast earlier that week that it was like a psychic podcast. Yeah. And she was saying how she'd always thought that like hawks were messages from the other side.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I was like, oh, did my great grandma send a little hawk down to say hi to everyone?
That's interesting because okay, I'm checking something really quick. Okay, so it's not just hawks.
Oh, there's I mean, like every animal is like.
No, specifically, it said that birds are messengers from the spirit world.
Yeah.
And may even be the physical manifestation of angels. I don't know if you looked that up at all, but
I didn't really look into it. I just know that like so many things are like messages from the other side.
This really makes me want to look up our bird.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll have to look at that later. But it says specifically, this is interesting. Hawk. So they have like different meanings. Hawks, their supposed meaning is it says for vision and acuity. Ooh. Which makes me think that like that is a really good way. Sending a hawk is like a really good way of someone who has passed on for them to say, I've got my eye on you. Yeah. I'm still watching over you.
Well, I mean, obviously that was my next sentence.
Shut up.
Well, of course.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, it was like, well, hawks are like, known for like being able to like see from above and like, oh my God. Maybe it's just that they're watching out from above,
And I was like, let me Google something and just like completely separate from this situation. Let me just find this like sort of metaphysical meaning and like let me be the one to say it because it's all about me.
No, it's perfect. I just like I don't know why I didn't look it up.
That's
probably because
crazy though.
I just like had my own meaning and so I didn't really look it up.
But it means that for you sort of intuitively.
Yeah, it's affirming.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it was really cute. We went to see her pretty much every summer growing up, but then like obviously once I got into adult, we didn't visit very often until recently, like right before she passed. I think I talked about my visit. We did have like a weird spooky thing happen while we were there.
You guys had like such a great trip from what I remember.
It was really good. It was fun having like girl time with the fam. Yeah, but we weren't like super close growing up. So it was just nice to know like maybe, and by the time I had visited her, she wasn't really talking much and we weren't sure if she actually knew who we were.
Yeah.
So it's nice. And then we have a story in our email from Clint. You remember Clint?
How could I forget?
Clint sent us another story to read.
Get out of here.
Naturally, I haven't read it yet, so I don't know what it says.
Oh, boy.
Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'm going to be. All the way from Canada.
Yes. Hi, Caitlin and Cassie. Hi. Hi, Clint. Another C. That's right. All the C's.
I'm just saying.
We're just collecting creepy sea people. It's fine.
Yeah.
everyone who's listening who isn't a C name, just change your name. It's like not that hard.
Or how about also we love you equally?
Yeah, we love you, whatever, however.
I like how I'm the one giving off the mom energy in this. Like the least mom of all the momming capable people.
This is your circus and we are your monkeys.
I guess.
That'll tie into our altar later. Okay.
Oh boy.
Clint says, since my last email, you're still one of my 3 favorite podcasts, and I have taken up tarot cards. That's awesome.
Clint.
I love that. Also one of the 3. Who are the other 2?
Well, they're probably like really fucking awesome.
Yeah, no.
Like
no competition.
no.
But we're like top from the 3, right?
But like if we sent you a deck of tarot cards, could we buy your love?
Tarot has really changed my life because of you. So thank you. I've been telling everyone about your podcast and I saw more of my vision. Sorry, I can't tell you about that. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I'm just like rereading.
She's pre-reading.
No,
here.
I'm rereading where it said tarot really changed my life because of you. And I'm just really like holding on to that.
Aww.
I really want everyone in the world to do tarot.
I really feel like
That's our goal.
yeah. And also listen to true crime.
Yeah. That too, I guess.
Unless you're a true crimer.
Yeah.
Like, unless you are the one doing the true crime, don't listen to it. Because we don't have any tips.
Unless it's going to make you not want to do it because you don't want to end up on a show.
Oh, maybe that. Yeah.
With like 2 totally
like sort of a Dexter situation,
Yeah.
right? Like something sets you on a path where you don't want to.
Right. I hope
Okay.
so. Hopefully that's what we can offer the world.
I like that.
Tarot and turning killers off because we're annoying. But I can tell you about another dream I had. This one won't make you cry. Okay.
Okay, well, challenge accepted.
Maybe laugh a little bit like I did. What if we
Alright.
laugh until we cry?
That would be on brand.
Oh, okay. Well, this gets intense real quick. So let me
Okay.
like, but you said it was funny, but okay.
Clint, why would you lie to us?
Clint, you're messing with my emotions.
Seriously.
It started with me watching my own funeral. That's like, yikes.
The thought of Clint watching his own funeral.
It like hurts my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm physically unable to go to the place where I envision me envisioning my own funeral. So we're just going to focus on Clint right now. Clint, no.
Clint. Okay. I had a vision of your funeral. I have no idea what it was like, but in my vision just now, snap vision, it was like Dobby's funeral from Harry Potter. And that's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
No.
Friend. Okay.
Oh, God.
You said we weren't going to cry.
Why would you lie to us?
We literally did it to ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So it started with me watching my own funeral. Then I'm walking around my house, checking on my family. When I go, you said we weren't going to cry. When I go in to see my wife, I see her sleeping.
Oh.
Little description of my room. You enter through the door. There's a wall on the right and a short wall on the left. That's closest. Then you see my bed. I'm telling you because when I got past the closet, there was a shadow person attacking my wife.
No, get out. You're not invited.
This is extra creepy and everyone will see why later. I had no idea.
Now.
I've never read this. I had no idea this was in here.
Clint.
I lost my spot. Oh my God.
God.
My brain hurts.
I can't.
This
with
is
you
so
right
creepy.
now.
I'm
Tell
so
me what
sorry.
happens
I can't.
next.
Okay. I grabbed him We start wrestling, we bounce off the dresser, and then fall through the bedside table as I'm punching the shadow person. I notice Heather, I guess that's his wife. Heather woke up and was watching us. Then I saw my daughter watching us. That's when a portal opened. A couple more shadow people grabbed me. This is crazy. They were dragging me towards the portal. I looked at my daughter, blew her a kiss.
Oh.
Clint, God damn it. You lied.
Clint, we're mad at you now.
I think you underestimate how emotional we are.
She's reading ahead, and I can tell already based on her.
We're emotionally fragile,
face.
Clint.
Clint.
Okay, I looked at my daughter, blew her a kiss, put my left arm across my chest and over my right arm. And that's how I would give her kisses. I would give her kiss and hugs. Oh my God. Seriously, I literally can't fucking read this. This is how I would give her kisses and hugs when she went on the school bus when she was younger.
Oh my God.
Literally thought like you were going to be dragged away and you're like saying your goodbyes to your daughter. How did you not think that we were going to cry? I like literally don't understand.
I think I just hit a new octave.
I'm like waiting for this laughing part, Clint.
Where does it get funny, Clint?
Okay. Then I said, playtime. Oh, wait, what? Then I said,
playtime is over.
No, that's what I was
beat the shit out of some demons.
That's what I thought. And then I got confused. But it says, then I said, playtime. As I was laughing, I let the shadow people take me through the portal. And that's when I woke up and laughed again. Question. Do you think it's possible that the shadow people only exist in our minds? Or do I get playtime after? Wait. Or do I get playtime after I'm dead? Please feel free to share with your listeners. Take care, be safe. A fan of yours, Clint.
Okay, so I have to say, immediately, my impression is like the fact that he says playtime and he's like kind of laughing, right? As he is sort of, I don't know, collapsing into this portal. That makes me think, in a way, he's like, this is like, I don't know how else to put it other than playtime.
Yeah.
This is playtime. I just distracted you from my family who are amongst the living and I saved them. And it's like the biggest.
It's almost like I'm jumping in this portal like with a bomb. Like, haha, motherfuckers. You're going to take me out. I'm going to take you with me.
Right. That's how, just this overwhelming sense of like, you won and they lost. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe that. That's just I don't know. I can't interpret it any other way in my mind. I've been racking my brain in the last couple of minutes trying to think of this in another lens or in another way. And it's the only way I can feel like it makes sense to me.
That was kind of like what I was thinking at first, but then until he said I woke up and laughed again. And then I was thinking what if the portal was like his mind waking up and the things were trying to get to him before he woke up, and then he noticed he was waking up and he's like, haha, motherfuckers, let's go. And I'm bringing you into my waking world and I'm going to beat you because it's daylight, bitches. Ain't no shadows here.
That's an interesting, kind of still has the same impact though, right? Because it's listen, you won. They lost. Bye.
It is crazy though, because it's such a layered dream. Going back to the beginning, he is dead. He's at his own funeral, and then he's going around to try to check on his family, and that's when he sees the shadow people. But then it's like, then his daughter can see him.
Yeah, I feel like it's really interesting because it seems like at a certain point, once he's battling with the shadow people, both his wife and his daughter seem to, like, even in a nonverbal way, he communicates that, like, it seems as though they can see him.
Yeah.
And that's really odd to me as well, but I just feel like this is like Inception level.
Yeah,
stuff,
it is.
you know?
Gosh, and then to wake up laughing.
I know. Can you imagine?
I have woken up, I don't know if maybe laughing like maybe once or twice. Crying probably a few times.
Yeah. I feel like I've jolted awake.
Yeah.
More than anything. Yeah, just, and not even in an audible way.
Yeah.
I feel like more often than not, because you know me, I'm such like I'm just like this very like emotions and just feeling anything is so in a way like foreign to me.
Yeah.
It's like makes me sound like a robot, but like if the shoe fits. But I don't know. I feel like more than anything, I just wake up feeling like I'm jolted, but it's inaudible because I have this innate sense of like wanting to sort of like bottle it up, quiet it down. You know what I mean? Like use your inside voice.
Yeah.
Like I've just woken up from a nightmare potentially, and I'm like, but like keep it down.
Even in your sleep, your sleepy state.
Listen, you don't stop being somebody who was raised by Depression era Midwesterners just because you're sleeping, because that's foolish.
Yeah.
Sleeping is for the dead.
You gotta sleep with,
which was Southern, and we go back and forth.
Sleep with one eye open.
Mm-hmm.
Or like both your eyes open, but like only a little bit, like a weirdo.
Part of why. Okay, so I know I've told you, and I think I've said this on the show, but I don't breathe right.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And no one seemed that surprised, and I was like, "Well, thanks a fucking lot, you guys." Apparently, I can't do anything right, but literally, apparently, I can't because I also don't blink right.
Yeah.
I don't think
I did. Yeah.
I think I've told you that, and I don't know that we've ever talked about it on the show.
I don't know.
I literally sleep kind of with both of my eyes a little bit open. I don't even, during daylight, I don't even blink correctly.
Oh, God.
My eye doctor has watched this. He has observed me blinking incorrectly. And he's like, well, you should take some fish oil, but also you don't blink right. So that's why your eyes are real
You
dry.
should take some fish oil.
Yeah. Like, okay, that'd be so great if I could just not have everything, all of the bodily functions that just, I don't do them right.
You're not doing them wrong. You're just dancing to the beat of your own drum. You're just doing it a little different.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's wrong.
Anxiety is how I identify. Anxious people don't blink completely. Anxious people don't breathe deeply. This is where we are.
Yeah. They also don't poop.
They also don't poop. That's correct. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome. Speaking of a Southern accent, we had
I enjoy putting one on. I don't know.
I do too. And I always call it a country accent for some stupid reason because I'm not that smart. And
she says this like she's the dumbest person she or anyone else has ever known. And that's far from the truth.
I'm the dumbest dummy.
FYI.
You guys, we have something really exciting to share with you.
Let's hear a few words from our new pod besties.
Do you want to know the full story behind the Menendez brothers? How about the accused Gilgo Beach serial killer or Candy Montgomery? On our Killer Destinations podcast, we immediately jump right to the story. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Kathy. And just like you, we are obsessed with all things true crime. We're also lifelong friends. And on our Killer Destinations podcast, we tell the best stories and dive deep for all the interesting details.
We also intersperse occasional humor and have a little fun along the way, but we never forget that we're talking about real people and real families.
Listen to Killer Destinations every Tuesday for your true crime fix.
Check them out, creepy people. You can find their info in our show notes. Well, we got a story in the form of audio messages from a listener named Nick. And, he just slipped us a couple little spooky story. He slipped us a spooky, if you will.
Stop it. Stop it.
So I have some audios to play for you of a spooky story. And then if we can play some and then pause and discuss as necessary. And you'll quickly see why I deeply apologize to this listener for all of the terrible Southern accents I have ever done. Okay.
Oh my God. This is why I don't breathe right. Okay.
Apparently they don't mind because they sent us a story.
Okay, so the story goes, as an early child, I always had a very uneasy feeling living in the woods in Tennessee, miles away from any neighbors or anyone, just nothing but wildlife. There were a lot of very dark and ominous feelings, just that kind of overwhelming sense of something's not right here. And while, doing simple stuff like riding three-wheelers through the woods or getting up and just getting something to drink in the middle of the night, it would always feel like someone was watching. And then it got to the point where I was able to see them. It was like, at first it was just kind of like distortions, and I wouldn't really pay no attention to it, look away real quick, do something else, finish what I was doing. And then I would pay more attention eventually when the feeling became too creepy and started seeing the shadows of people, or two people in particular.
Okay, so shadowy people. Interesting.
Shadowy peoples.
And didn't we just talk about this in the last story? Had no clue.
I don't.
Also, Tennessee sounds creepy.
Yeah, Tennessee is. Wow. I just don't know. I don't know about that. It's got to be pretty humid, right? Should I just write it off?
Real humid, tons of bugs. Yeah.
Bugs. I was thinking bugs.
Severely haunted place. Also, you can hear in the audio, you can hear like birds and stuff.
Oh God. I was wondering if that's what I was hearing.
Yeah, you can hear birds in the audio. It's so cute. Hopefully it transfers into the final. Okay, let's replay or play more. Play on.
Play on.
They would pace back and forth along my walls in my room. They have been seen by other people. It would always be that overwhelming feeling like they were about to pounce at any time. And you could feel the intention. Like, that's a hard one to describe. Like, you could almost have a psychic link with these things and know what they're thinking, and they don't have to say anything, and it just didn't feel good or right.
Please don't say anything.
I wonder, okay, Clint, you'll have to tell us, like, do you have like some sort of psychic link with these? I mean, I know it was in a dream, but like, could you tell what they were thinking and stuff? You'll have to tell us. Okay.
Okay.
Did you have any commentary?
Oh, I was just please don't say anything. I don't want it. It doesn't need to speak. I'm just going to go ahead and refill my glass.
It doesn't need to speak, the shadow person?
Nothing should speak. No one, no testimony needed. Dismissed.
They followed me around until I was about 18 or 19 years old. I joined the military, went out of Tennessee into a different state. Some weird things happened in boot camp. where a couple of bunks in an empty barracks got bent overnight after feeling that same feeling I would feel throughout my entire life. I get back home and nothing ever happens again until I'm like, last year, the year before, I saw what felt like was a shadow person against my wall, and I felt that uneasy feeling again.
No.
Okay, so I was like, oh, okay. So they went away. And he was like, until. So what happens now? You just like still see them and feel weird? Has anything else happened?
No. Nope. Nothing else happened.
Well, there's another story.
I would join the military to make that stop as well.
That didn't even work. There was bent up bunks. That's what he said, right? The bunks are bent. Like
that was probably a government experiment.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking like
a really big magnet. They were like, how big of a magnet will we need?
I was just thinking maybe they just fell
bunks.
apart because they're probably like they don't update things that often there in the military.
That feels valid as well.
They just broke. They're big dudes. That's what I want to think. Not say I don't believe you or something, but I just I'm trying to make it feel better.
Yeah, we really want to rationalize this. For what it's worth.
But we can't. Also, the next story, it's like just a tiny bit worse and scarier.
Great.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Oh, wait, I can. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? About them shoes.
I was like, I can't think of anything. Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Okay, so next one, I'm gonna cut out the very beginning because he says names and I don't want to include the names.
Okay.
But he is saying that he lives with his girlfriend and his kids.
We invited some friends over, our creepy friends, and we played card games and chess and video games and all that.
Hey-o, creepy friends.
Hey-o.
Were your card games tarot cards? Come on. We know they were.
I mean, maybe Oracle. If you're feeling
nasty.
But at the end of the day, we decided to all sit down and do the Ouija board.
Okay.
Now, she really wanted the Ouija board to work, and she was really upset because, as always, the Ouija board never worked for her.
Weird.
So I started making fun of demons and calling them out.
Okay, Zach Baggins.
Pretty much making everyone uncomfortable trying to get something to happen. And
of
course, nothing happened other than a candle getting blown out on its own.
Don't entice the demons.
I think by entice, you mean antagonize?
Antagonize, yeah. Well, same thing. But yes, antagonize is what I meant. That was the correct word.
Well, okay. So I feel like part of you wanted to be nice and say entice, like you're, like,
come here, little demon.
Come here, little demon.
Little demony demon.
I feel like that was more like, come here, you little stupid demon. Like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, let's see what happens.
Ouija board.
Eventually our friends left and everything was fine until we were about to go to sleep and we heard a really loud crash in the kitchen. And it was on the front end of the kitchen table. There was a shelf along the wall that had a bunch of her family heirlooms from Italy. And it went flying across the kitchen. I say flying across the kitchen, but instead of falling straight down, it went all the way to the kitchen island like it had been thrown off the wall. And all that stuff had shattered. A day passes, and I get really, really sick. And I chalk it up to a fever dream, but it felt like so much more. I remember falling asleep on the couch. I don't remember falling asleep, but I remember rolling over and looking in the middle of the floor, and there was a coffin. It was open, and you could see a fetid corpse. I mean, just completely disgusting, oozy body, decomposed. I mean, not a fresh corpse. It was weeks old. It was there, and
What?
I remember getting off the couch and wondering why my girlfriend or the kids couldn't see it. And keep in mind, everything that's going on in real life is also happening in my dream. Like, she was sitting there on her phone watching TV on the chair, and that's what was happening. Kids were doing their thing back and forth, but it was so vivid and so real. And then all of a sudden, the corpse rose up out of the coffin and started to crawl down my mouth. And I jumped up off the couch and busted through the door and started throwing up, trying to expel what still felt like something was trying to crawl down my throat.
Oh my god. Did he say?
Yeah. The oozy corpse trying to crawl down his throat.
Oh my god.
You're making Caitlin puke. Congratulations.
Oh my god. That is.
I had forgotten that one had. Are you seriously gonna vomit? Get her the cauldron.
I'm not gonna throw up. I feel like I want to throw up because I can like physically feel how I can't. I'll let you go ahead. I can feel that in a way that I just.
Yeah, it's.
I don't like that.
Me neither.
I can completely like visualize that. I really hate it. I feel like I'm feeling it it's
in your throat. Yeah. Yeah. It feels like your throat's like closing up when you're like listening to a story like that. I don't like it. So I had forgotten, obviously I did listen to those audios before playing them. And I did not remember really that there was like a coffin aspect to this story.
Okay.
And then like Clint's story is like he's at his funeral.
Oh
and
my God.
Then like and the shadow people.
I did not even make that connection, and so obvious. That's really embarrassing. Ms. Cole would be not pleased.
Oh my gosh. I'm like really good at making connections.
A lot of times I am, and then sometimes
you're a little you're disturbed over there.
Anything that like gives me the heebie-jeebies really just sets my brain off in a different direction.
Ooh.
Consider me heaved and jeebed.
I just like was skimming Clint's story again just to see like if there was anything else in there that would. No. They were trying to grab him and take him through the portal.
No.
Also, I guess we didn't really answer your question. Do you think it's
we did.
No, we didn't really. Do you think it's possible that shadow people only exist in our minds, or do I get playtime after I'm dead? I don't know why I feel like they're two separate questions. Like I think shadow people exist in your mind and are like possibly also in the world.
Yeah.
Like two things can be true. I used your thing. And also if it's in your mind, it doesn't mean it's not real either.
That's true.
Just as real. Unless you are obviously like if you have schizophrenia and you're dealing with mental illness. But those things are still very real to them.
I was just going to say that's very real to
Doesn't
them.
mean you should take their advice of whatever they're saying to you. Doesn't mean it's not like real to you though. Anyway.
Yeah, I do. I feel like enough people experience that feels very real to me.
Yeah. And if you want my opinion, I think you get plenty of playtime after you transition. I like to say transition into the next world, the next life. I don't know. I don't like to think that shadow people can like take you into the other life, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think for the most part, a lot of what we think of as being sort of the afterlife and sort of a paranormal realm, I really think that it has almost as much power as we give it in a way, which is, I mean, it's unfortunate for me. But
Yeah.
I do think that, I think that a lot of it's real and we're experiencing certain things. But I do think also at the same time, I do think there's a lot of it that I really do believe that regardless of how awful it feels, I don't think that they can cause us harm in the way that we understand. Not physical harm, not in the way that our brains understand, at least.
Yeah.
That just got real hippy dippy. That just
Whew.
got real metaphysical. But I do think though that there's a lot of things that like they might be able to be present or visible to you. I do think there's probably a lot of things that even if they can touch you, I don't think that they can hurt you. And maybe that's
Unless you
wishful
like
thinking.
want them to, I feel like if you're making like a TV show and you want the drama, like in your, like
no,
this is
Bagel Bites
yeah.
is faking it. They ain't
Well,
courting him.
I'm just saying, like, if you're that type of person who wants to go into like a scary place and think that you and like want bad things to happen to you so that it's like evident that there's things
yeah.
there, you're gonna get in. I didn't come up with this concept. I've heard it many places.
Yeah.
But like it's about how you go into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do think that there are places that we visited, and I certainly went into it feeling like, oh shit, I don't know if I should be here. And knowing that I'm sensitive. And then it's actually been a more positive than negative experience, even if there is a lot of intense energy.
Yeah.
Because that's how we felt about Manresa. I really did feel like there's a lot of intense energy there.
Yeah, there is.
There is. And I felt a little bit overwhelmed. And I was definitely like, I was ready to leave when we left.
I wasn't.
I know. I don't know. Maybe I'm a spiritual introvert. But I felt very overwhelmed at the end of that experience because it was very intense, but I didn't ever really feel like there was anything that gave me cause for concern in the sense of I would come to harm.
Yeah.
And again, these are, I'm basing this on my experience. And I know that it's not the same for everyone. And that's not the same experience that I've had in every place. But I really do feel like in the vast majority of situations and circumstances, I do think that I don't think those things can hurt us. Not really.
I kind of agree.
Maybe I want to believe that.
Yeah. Well, you keep on wanting to believe that because that will protect you, I believe.
Manifestation.
Oh, man. So what do we think about this? I mean, we don't have to go back to the dream. Obviously, that was crazy and intense. But do you think he was being possessed or something? Like I feel like something trying to climb down your throat and get into your body is like a sign of like possession, right?
I mean,
it didn't get in because he threw it up.
Yeah, I feel like that to me reads as something that might have been an attempt.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, I just keep going back to that. It's like with somebody who's sensitive and they have an awareness and a healthy fear of things that they don't understand, I just feel like you're going to have a hell of a time inhabiting that person.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I want to believe, but I don't know. I don't think so. To me, that doesn't read as somebody who has been possessed.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think
Maybe
currently is possessed.
Oh,
yeah,
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so.
It just seems like demons got mad. They were being called out, antagonized, and they threw some china down and wanted to fuck with your esophagus. And I don't know, maybe it was just to like scare you into not doing that again, or I don't know, maybe if it was a full on. I wonder where they go after, because like nothing happened after that. I thought he said anyway.
They just got bored. It's like the ADHD of ghosts. They're like, all right, on to the next.
Can't possess that one. We'll just go find another one.
Yeah.
Or I wonder if it's like this rule in possession land where if you try to possess someone and fail, like you can't try again for 7 years.
Oh, and do you feel like 7 years is like do you think that feels like the right number?
It's probably like 666. They can't try again for 666 years.
Do you want to say that again?
I have not had one sip of alcohol today.
I know. I feel like
they cannot possess anyone for 666 years. I
don't know.
Well, I hope send us more stories if your shadow people do anything else. Apparently, they're just hanging around and you see them every now and then. I don't know.
I guess.
I was kind of hoping they would go away, but I wanted to.
So cool.
I wanted to think like they were protectors. Maybe they were. New theory.
Oh.
I wanted to believe like the shadow people are protectors and just like watching over you, but I was like, oh, but the really bad feeling. But then I was like, what if the bad feeling is there and then the shadow people show up? Because something else is going on and they actually are protecting you.
I mean, that could be.
And just the scary thing, you can't see it somewhere else.
Diamonds.
You don't know what that looks like.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that seems like a plausible explanation as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to explore a couple lanes here, see what we think. If you guys think anything different, let us know. If you have more stories about shadow people and creepy like coffin dreams.
My God.
Oh. You can email them to us at PNW Haunts and Homicides @gmail.com. You can send us voice messages if you would like.
Love it.
Can we get voice messages to our texts? Do you know?
I'm
or
not
they
sure.
just
Let's test it.
like, can you receive through those, or is it just sending?
We can do a try. I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
It's probably just sending anyway.
I don't know. If they wanted to send us a voice memo, I'm sure they could through the text line. I think the website now has like a component where they can leave.
Ooh.
And if you wanted to record a voice memo and just send it to us through like our Google form or send it as attachment to an email, you can do that. There's so many different ways where if you really want to be the one to sort of voice the story, at least, even if it's just to us, if you want to voice the story and have us still tell it, we would be honored.
Yeah. Like if you don't want to type it out, but you send a voice message, but you don't want your voice on the pod, we can like retell it for you. Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah. We'd love that.
Yeah.
Also, we'll send you stickers still if you give us your address in return.
Yes.
All right. Well, should we do a couple tarot reads for these spooky ass stories? We're doing tarot for our Creepy People Chronicles story.
Yes.
All the dang shadow people. Crazy dreams. I thought these candles would go really good together. So I'm burning this poison apple candle that Caitlin got me so long ago.
And
And I just haven't had the heart to burn it yet, but we're burning it today.
So pretty.
And then I have the haunted circus candle from Mythic Wick.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
And that's like caramel apple circus, like popcorn and smoke and fire or something. It's like ghostly, like smoke and fire. Yeah.
It smells so good.
Oh.
Drawing for Clint. 4 of Cups.
4 of Cups has a cute ghost on it because it's from my cute ghost deck.
Cute. So cute.
And it has 4 cups on it. Surprise, surprise.
Shut up. Okay, here we go. So we drew that upright, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So the 4 of Cups, our keywords are withdrawal, rest, boredom, lack of inspiration.
Rest. We're
As
sleeping.
if you were sleeping. The 4 of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith and other decks depicts a lonesome person sitting beneath a tree. Some show a disembodied hand passing him or her a cup. The idea is that you've gone off on your own and aren't receiving what others hold out to you at this time. You may be withdrawing from your usual routine, work, friends, etc., in order to get in touch with yourself.
Well,
Okay.
self-love, it's important.
It's not a bad thing.
Boundary setting.
The upright 4 of Cups symbolizes boredom and stagnation. You're not satisfied with your life at this time, but lack the incentive to make changes. You've detached emotionally from people and situations. Sometimes this card indicates you've sacrificed happiness for security.
Oh, interesting.
Which I feel like is true of anyone living in late stage capitalism.
Well, also just that statement, like sacrificing happiness for security. It's like he was like laughing while trying to save his family. I don't know why that kind of just like
the juxtaposition of that is very interesting to me.
Yeah. Thanks for the big word.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I needed it.
In a reading about money, this card can mean you're too attached to money and security, perhaps at the expense of love and joy, which I feel like you were just discussing off mic how you might be experiencing one at the expense of another.
Yeah.
Perhaps you've prioritized money in the past and now seek meaning in other things. He just got a tarot deck.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like it just is sort of symbolic of him seeking something and maybe trying to find some meaning. And I think, honestly, if you do tarot readings for yourself and also for others, I've frequently done them for family and friends, you'll find kind of little bits of wisdom that sort of, wow, I really needed to hear that. And it might not influence your life in some sort of crazy way, but it's just what you needed to hear today.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the reading is about your job, you probably feel stuck and bored with your job. Which, like, okay, samesies. Like,
yeah.
Who isn't?
Unless it's this one.
Yeah.
This job, pretty cool.
I know, right? You may long for more creativity and enjoyment, but have opted for security instead.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have it. It's something you need. So.
It's true. And with the family in particular, that's, the security of not just yourself, but your family, that really has to be paramount.
Yeah.
In a reading about love, the 4 shows you withdrawing affection and energy from a relationship. Perhaps routine has sapped your enthusiasm. This card also symbolizes a relationship based on security rather than passion. I feel like every relationship goes through phases, and I don't know if that's a phase that you're in right now, but it can be very easy to move a relationship from one phase to the next or to your specifically desired phase if you kind of put in that time and that energy and the work to sort of make it something that feels new and different, even if you've been in it for a long time.
Yeah, totally. You're so wise. You're not even married yet.
Not yet, but I have waited a hell of a long.
Yeah.
I mean, at the ripe old age of 25, getting married for the very first time. No, I think, it's always easier to think about these things in relation to someone else and feel like you can weigh in a way that's meaningful and you can give them insight in a way that, even someone that's close to you, probably maybe even more so someone that's close to you, because not that, we don't adore you, but just that, we're not as close to on the day to day to the situation. And we can just say, maybe whether it's a romantic relationship, a platonic one, a work relationship.
What if it's like your shadow person relationship?
Yeah.
Maybe don't work on that one.
If it feels monotonous and you don't want it to be, there are avenues that you can explore to remedy that.
Yeah. There's always something that can be done about everything. I mean, obviously not like with extremes, like you can't cure cancer, like, you know what I mean? But like just normal stuff. Like there's always something that can be done.
When it comes to like relationship problems, when it comes to, largely social issues in, your individual dynamics, those are things that they can be changed. We can work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we draw for the next story? Actually, I was going to say, we don't even know if this card relates to you, Clint, but if it does, let us know.
Please let us know.
We don't know what's going on over there. We're just reading from the book. So thank you for your story so much. We love hearing from Clint. It's always entertaining. We always cry. So that's like that's our thing now. So you can never not make us cry when you send us a story.
Apparently, that is his superpower.
I cannot believe he said he's not going to make us cry and then proceeded to tell us the saddest dream. I just don't. Okay, well, let's draw a card for Nick's story.
Okay. This is definitely one I went and I picked one for Clint because I felt like I knew, but you gotta do this one. I was in that region.
It's been eyeballing me. Okay. Oh, the moon. Interesting. I was wearing a shirt that had the moon on it earlier today.
That's so funny. Okay.
Oh, ooh, this is all about like in nighttime dreams. This is all about like secrets and shadows. Shadow people. Secrets. What are your secrets, Nick?
What are your secrets? Oh boy.
This is so perfect. Oh my gosh. Moon is like totally like shadow. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. This is really interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Keywords are intuition, the unconscious.
Hello.
Mystery, illusion, and secrets.
I said secrets. What are your secrets?
She did.
Nicholas, we're coming for you in Tennessee. I don't know if you still live there or not. I assume
wherever you are.
Since you still have an accent, you probably still live in Tennessee, right? That's how that works?
I don't think so. I think you don't move and pick up the accent of where you go necessarily.
I'm probably so offensive to the South. I deeply apologize.
They love it.
I love your accent.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. The moon is a magical, mysterious card that symbolizes the unconscious, the realm of dreams, imagination, and psychic impressions.
Crazy.
Some decks show the moon as full, others in its crescent phase.
Where some of it's shadowed.
Ooh. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, 2 canines, a dog, and a wolf howl at the moon. At the bottom of the card is a pool or pond of water from which crawls a crab.
Oh, interesting. Oh.
Symbol of the astrological sign Cancer, ruled by the moon.
That's me, you guys. I have a crab on my foot. I probably don't want to show my foot. Let's see.
Says a crab, crawfoot. Crawfoot. You can't. You literally can't get it in frame.
Wait. Can you see it?
Kind of. We'll take a picture of it.
I thought it was funnier to try to... it's like you with your shoes.
At the bottom of the card is a pool or pond of water from which crawls a crab. Symbol of the astrological sign Cancer, ruled by the moon. Crawfish or lobster.
Crowfish.
Crowfish. I like to think of it as being lobster because that sounds
lobster
the most
is delicious.
The water suggests the moon's link with the emotions and the unconscious realm.
Totally. Oh, I just thought like crawfish boil, like in the South.
Yeah. That's so funny. I was like, yeah, I've been there for days.
You have to say it, Caitlin. Come on.
Well, I mean, I don't.
If it the card didn't know that this story was from the South.
But didn't it? Didn't
it? It did know.
The moon urges you to pay more attention to your inner self, your lunar self.
Oh, didn't that last card kind of say that too?
I think a little bit. It's about self-reflection, I think, in both of these instances. The light of the sun enables us to see the world around us, but the moon allows us to illuminate what springs naturally from inside us.
Huh.
So very Cancer type stuff going on here.
Yeah.
I immediately cannot connect because it's very gushy.
Do you know?
It's very emotional.
Yeah, well. Do you know what that also reminds me of?
What?
Vomit.
Oh.
What did it say? Read that again.
Delightful. The light of the sun enables us to see the world around us, but the moon allows us to illuminate what springs naturally from inside us. Wow. Springs
naturally from inside us.
As a projectile from within.
That's what it sounded like. He was vomiting.
Okay. We've got an extra excerpt before our full interpretation. Evidence of moon worship is found in such widely varied cultures as those of the Anasazi Indians of New Mexico, the Greeks, Romans, Chinese, pre-Columbian Peruvians, Burmese, Phoenicians, and Egyptians. So basically every continent.
Yeah. Not shocking.
No. In the craft, when we refer to the great God by the Hebrew names El or Elohim, we borrow terms that entered Hebrew from Arabic, where the name Elah derives from a word that means moon.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Me neither.
Wow. Okay, now we're going to get to our actual interpretation. This is really interesting. The moon upright shows you tuning into your lunar energies. You're becoming more aware of your feelings and inner life. The moon also suggests psychic ability. You can sense other people's vibrations because you're connected to the information network of the invisible world or an invisible string.
What? That's crazy. We talked about that. Did we talk about that in this episode, or was that like a
think
We've
so.
recorded 3 episodes today.
Yeah. We're actually crazy people.
Yeah. Oh, that's so. Nick, are you psychic? Let us know. Can you feel our vibrations?
Okay, listen to this. Pay attention to your dreams, feelings, instincts, and intuition. For artistic people, the moon's appearance may indicate a time of increased imagination and creativity.
I hear crows. That's a good sign.
In a reading about money, this card recommends listening to your intuition as well as your intellect in connection with a money matter.
I mean, that's pretty standard advice, I feel like.
I feel like solid. However, don't make a decision based on emotion alone, which is, I feel like that goes for money and pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
The moon can also point to ups and downs, changing phases in a financial situation. If the reading is about your job, the moon can mean a situation has a hidden or dark side. This isn't necessarily bad, but you may not be aware of all of the dynamics at work.
Well, shoot. Nick, watch out.
Illusions or secrets may cause confusion. If you begin something during the new moon, you may see things more clearly, or a project may reach culmination during the full moon.
Interesting. Should we look up when the next new moon is?
Yeah.
Because I know boys probably don't usually care about when the new moon is.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably
I'm
not.
obviously making a gender stereotype there. You guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, it's soon.
Oh, is
New
it?
moon is on the it was on the 6th. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So it's just happened.
Yeah, it happened 2
Okay.
days ago. So you missed
When-
your shot. You'll have to wait until next new moon, which is on July 5th.
Oh, interesting. Okay. When is the full moon?
Oh, sorry. 2 weeks ish from now. Let's see. Full moon is June 21st.
Oh, wow. Second day of summer, I think.
And then the July is July 21st.
Okay.
Cool.
Good to know. Just making plans.
Moon plans.
Ironing out those details. Ironing out. I don't know. I might have said that weird.
That's okay.
Get over it.
You say most things weird. No, I'm just kidding. You
I
don't.
kind of do.
No.
In a reading about love, this card symbolizes a highly emotional relationship that may be tinged with illusions. Sometimes it represents a sensitive partner who nurtures you, especially creatively, or that you're working on issues of mothering and nurturing.
Oh.
Interesting. All right. Our extra excerpt is extra
Long.
extra. When looking for adventure in a dark and deserted landscape, we should ask only for the light of the moon. Then our imaginations can create more exotic explanations for the rustling in the undergrowth or the dark, bottomless voids which open up ahead of us.
Huh.
We comfort ourselves too much with light. Sometimes we must wander in the dark so that our other senses can find their full expression and we hear more clearly the message of the night. The wilderness and the strange creatures that inhabit the unseen spaces.
Whoa. That's pretty cool. Kind of creepy, though. Like, not the creatures that came out of the dark in these stories are.
Yeah. That's a lot.
But I don't know. Maybe that goes to like what I was saying is like you can't see the bad thing, and the shadow people that you can see are the ones protecting you.
Maybe.
And you can't have shadow without light.
Oh, God. I don't know. Oh. My body is just like, ah.
Wow. Well, both of you guys, let us know if this is relating to your life or I mean, obviously parts of them were relating to the story, but I mean, you don't have to tell us your life, but tell us if the card relates. We'd like to know.
If you want to tell us your life, like, feel free to tell us your
Yeah,
life.
you can tell us your life. What's going on at work? What's going on with this relationship that's very emotional and passionate?
I love it.
Well, that was cool.
That was.
I really like getting like a voice message story from people.
Yeah, that was fun.
Gives people a break
That was
from
fun.
hearing us read.
No, we're going to have to take a look before this one comes out and see if we can give clearer guidelines.
On how to do the audio.
To do that. I mean, there's so many ways, and I know people that are really motivated to do it. They will just do that thing. They will do the thing. But I think we might have some resources.
Yeah, I need like an easy way to do something.
Yeah.
Like show me where to click the button and I'll do it. But if I have to like take extra steps, I don't know. Sometimes it depends. We're all busy.
Yeah, yeah. And I totally get that. So I'm like, I can appreciate when there's like a shorthand for things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to take a look at that and see if we can figure out some ways to like make that a little bit easier for people. And maybe even for some people that don't feel like they're the most savvy in that arena. Myself included. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hearing somebody else like actually tell the story. I try to put myself in that person's shoes when we're reading somebody else's story, but to hear their voice telling it is
clearly creates more of an emotional response from you.
Yeah.
Physical even.
It is. It's hard to argue with that. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, should we go? It's pretty late at night here.
Yeah. I mean, you can't tell because you have no idea what time of day it is now anymore. We've blocked out the light.
Yeah.
Which don't do that in general, but like unless you need a room with controlled light and sound. That's just how we're living.
That's how the curtain closes.
Yeah. And the cookie crumbles.
Should we do our thing?
Let's do our thing.
Okay. Have a creepy ass day. We'll see you next Tuesday.
But like, feel free to write us in between now.
Yeah. Let us know what you're up to, what you're doing, how your day is going, what you had for lunch.
If it was really interesting or
spooky,
maybe if you got like a paranormal message from your tuna.
Ooh.
You know, in the sandwich.
I want a tuna paranormal message. Tuna paranormal on a 5.
Hey, listen, you asked them, what did they have for lunch?
Well, everyone stay away from, I don't want to say stay away from shadow people because what if they're not evil?
Listen, just stay safe. How about that?
Please stay safe. And
do what feels right.
If you're not safe and something happens, please let us know immediately.
Especially from the afterlife.
Well, don't die. Please.
Listen, if they already died, like the least you could do is contact us.
Oh, and we haven't said it in a long time, but this is also proof that these stories don't need to be from the Pacific Northwest. They could be from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Or Canada. Well, I don't know what part of Canada Clint lives in.
Oh, I mean, also visit Canada. Our friend from Canada.
Yeah.